Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order. I'm sick. I've got a cold, but the show must go on. Also, I gotta come to class anyway, so here I am out and about for another Pokemon GO video here on the channel. Interesting things are happening here in Pokemon GO. So, for one thing, we'll get into I've got my research breakthrough box coming up for the day, but we're gonna talk a little bit about Team Go Rocket, because some new stuff is happening as far as the new stuff. Is there anything to mention right here? Nothing new in the app itself, but if we click on over to the old blog, let me bring this up here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the latest update for what is happening. So at some point, we did get some, I guess, messages were sent directly to the team leaders from each of the Team Go Rocket admins. Blanche, Spark, and Candela each got some sort of, I guess, stereotypical, trash talking stuff, like, your time is up, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But apparently Professor Willow got an encrypted file with a message in it. So it says here, the update was the encrypted file contains a message. The file that I received on November 3rd, and this is Professor Willow speaking, appears to be a message sent from the leader of Team Go Rocket to the entire organization. So this is, I guess Giovanni, we could assume, sending messages to the 3 admins. I was able to decode only part of it. These sections are replicated below. It seems to be a memo. So you can see here a bunch of blacked out text. Couldn't quite decipher those characters. All we see is the time is now. We see 11/7, which is, I guess, what would that be? 11 out of 7. That is a 130... Wait, no, that's a date. Hang on. That's today. The 11th month, the 7th day. And we also see, what is it? 3 characters. G-V-I, and a bunch of dashes afterwards to finish off the message. G-V-I, what could that stand for? Get very intelligent, maybe? I don't know. Something weird is happening here in Pokemon GO. Wait, that's Giovanni! No, see, I knew that already. Making it look like I'm an idiot, which usually my own gameplay kind of does that for me, but I wanted to throw some extra questionability in there. But, yeah, I will advise all trainers to stay vigilant, says Professor Willow. So we've got some Team Go Rocket stuff coming up here in Pokemon GO. It could be later today. I've been hearing on Twitter and Instagram that some trainers are finding these mysterious components when they defeat Team Go Rocket grunts. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of Team Go Rocket hunting myself. Currently here at my class there is none at the Play-Doh Fun Center Pokestop, but I'll keep my eyes peeled throughout the day, and if it happens to coincide with my breaks, I don't want to take time away from my class, I'll go take them on, see if I can get mysterious components of my own. But if you haven't seen it on Twitter or Instagram, people have some footage of, you do have to find 6 of them. They assemble to form the, I don't know if it's the Rocket Radar or the Super Rocket Radar. You get the radar though, and it shows you a pretty interesting little thing, which I don't want to get into too much detail here, because I want to see if I can showcase it myself if I happen to find 6 components. But if by the end of the video I have not gotten my own Rocket Radar, I'll kind of talk about that a little bit of what I have seen. Was there anything else to mention? Something else kind of comes to mind? Or it doesn't come to mind, I should say. It's trying to come to mind. So for the time being, while I try to re-jog my memory, I'm going to go ahead and claim my stamp for the day. So Willow's going to tell us all about, of course, Breakthrough. Yay! Now, we're currently into the section of the year. We got 2 months worth of legendaries are back in the research breakthrough boxes. I believe you can get Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Kyogre, and Groudon. All of which, except for the Groudon, I do have shinies of. And of course, the shinies are available as research breakthrough encounters. First of all, let's get our Pokemon for walking for 3 candies. You get a simple Ponyta. I wouldn't have minded the shiny Ponyta, but I'll take this for my first catch of the day. Calm down, okay, let's not get too much closer. It's going to jump right through the camera. Like I said, it's probably decent-ish. Boom. Alright, let's grab this hopefully really quick and then see. Do we see a shiny Groudon? I mean, to be honest, I would like to get a shiny, simply because if it is one of the ones I already have, Kyogre or the 3 birds, I kind of want to have trade fodder for somebody, because when we hit a lucky trade with people, I want to have decent stuff to trade back to them. That's a bottom of the barrel Ponyta right there. See that? I know you can see it on the other screen too. That's the worst you can possibly get. So, that being said, my luck is about as bad as it can currently be which means we need something to tip the scales, to balance things out. Do we get Unova Stone? Of course we don't. Got 20 Pokeballs, 7 breakthrough boxes in a row without the Unova Stone. Again, the luck cannot be any worse than it currently is. So let's get us a nice 100% shiny legendary Pokemon, because you know that's what we deserve at this point. Okay, fine. Not shiny, but I'll take the 100%. I'll also take some extra candy for this too. Well, not a very good throw, but actually, you know what? As per usual, let's see how many Pokeballs it takes to finally catch this thing. There's one. I'm going to try one more while we're here together, and worst case scenario, I'll just speed through till we actually get the catch. It's a great throw. That could be it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Alright, that's 2 down. I'll be back in just a moment. I believe that was 10. Might have lost count there, but 10 wasted berries. I should say 9, because the 10th one did count for the extra candy. But 100% will be amazing. Alright, well, not much more to do for the time being. I'm going to head on into class, get in where it's warmer, try to help cover the, or take care of the cold. If we do see Team Go Rocket throughout the day, we'll have a little chat with those fellows, but if not, we'll get caught up on stuff once we're done with class for the day, back in the Uptown area where all the big stuff tends to happen. Breaking news as I go on break here, Professor Willow is looking to contact us, apparently. What do you say, sir? Thanks for your help in defeating Team Go Rocket grunts, Chaz. The team leaders and I have been observing Team Go Rocket, and something tells us this is far from over. The transmission sent during the Team Go Rocket takeover had a message from an unknown sender at the end. We're going to need all the help we can get to reveal the identity of this unknown figure looming in the shadows, and you are just the trainer for the job. Oh, Professor, I'm sure you tell that to all the trainers. I mean, literally. Can you help us get to the bottom of this mystery? Alright, so what do you need me to do? Spin 10 Pokestops, defeat 3 Team Go Rocket grunts, and catch 1 Shadow Pokemon. For 500 Stardust, 10 Pokeballs, 10 Raspberries. That shouldn't be too bad. We got 6 steps in this special research. Spin 10 Pokestops. I might actually be able to do that from this one stop throughout the day. But the Team Go Rocket grunts, I'll probably have to wait until after the class is done. Unless a lot of Go Rocket grunt attacks happen here at the nice kids daycare play center. Why would Team Rocket attack a bunch of kids? I mean, I know they're bad guys. Maybe I answer my own question with that. But, yeah, 10 Pokestops. At least they're not new stops. That's not too bad. And defeat 3 of the grunts. Can be done. So nothing else at the moment. But, as things do develop, I'll pop back in and show you what is going down with Team Go Rocket. So, this Team Go Rocket stuff might be more of a bigger deal than I was initially expecting, because not only do we have special research regarding this, not only are the team leaders or are the admins attacking the team leaders, they've taken over the music in the game too. I was walking around on break and it just switched over to this new tune. That's big news, because even sometimes the Halloween event doesn't get its own music when, you know, Niantic kind of forgets about it. But yeah, big things are happening in Pokemon Go. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for Team Go Rocket throughout the day and see if we can't put a stop to this before things get too out of hand. You know, as evil as Team Go Rocket may happen to be, and indeed they are, I do have to hand it to their tacticality, I guess. Not only did they choose a day when I'm already feeling under the weather, therefore my battling capabilities might be somewhat hindered, but they also chose, if you can see, one of the worst days weather-wise to launch their attack against the fair citizens, fair trainers of Pokemon Go in general. But I have some time tonight before heading home to recuperate with some nice warm chicken soup. I'm gonna do some Go Rocket hunting. I did get all 10 spins at the play center, Pokestop there by the school. So all I gotta do is take out 3 of the Go Rocket grunts and capture 1 Shadow Pokemon. I'm gonna do that in just a moment. And if I can find a place to get out the old phone and hold the umbrella, or not hold the umbrella, a place to get shelter basically, take a look at the news. There's a couple news updates as far as Pokemon GO's Team Go Rocket Invasion is concerned. So let's see if we can find a spot to do a little bit of chit-chat about the news updates. I'll brave the rain here for just a little bit, actually. So let's open up the news and see if I can tap it. There we go. That's also going to cause some trouble. I can't tap the screen if it's kind of wet here. So find Team Go Rocket's leaders and defeat Giovanni. Team Go Rocket leaders Cliff, Sierra, and Arlo, as well as Team Go Rocket boss Giovanni, seem to be using new technology to conceal their locations of their hideouts. Willow, Spark, Blanche, and Candela have been hard at work developing new devices to counter yada 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 yada. We know all this, but this is new update as well here. Team Go Rocket leaders have disrupted Pokemon habitats. The movement of the Team Go Rocket leaders seems to have disrupted Pokemon habitats, and certain Pokemon have apparently become more common. We have yet to understand why these Pokemon in particular are suddenly appearing more frequently. Perhaps they have some special significance wherever Team Go Rocket came from. I do see Wobbuffet. We know Jesse and James, or rather specifically Jesse from the anime, right? So starting today at 5 until looks like next Thursday, so we have a week of this, oddly specific Pokemon have started appearing more often, like Ekans, Meowth, and Coughing. Of course that's a reference to Jesse and James. Our research has found that if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Meowth in the wild or in raids. Raids will feature Pokemon that we believe are significant to Team Go Rocket and the Team Go Rocket boss, Giovanni. In addition, the following discoveries are made. Team Go Rocket started using Sandshrew, Bellsprout, Magnemite, Porygon, and Wobbuffet. Team Go Rocket leaders seem to be the only Team Go Rocket members who now have access to Meowth, Scyther, and Sneasel. Only question is, which leader has which Pokemon? Our information is incomplete, and investigations into this phenomenon are ongoing, so be on the lookout for other surprises. In the meantime, trainers, keep exploring the world around you and let us know what you discover. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go take on some grunts. We see them here in a little area here. I got to get under the umbrella once again, but I'll pop back in as we complete our first step of the Looming in the Shadows special research. I've just taken down my first Go Rocket grunt of the research, and it did give us a mysterious component, which was all the rage way back when Willow first started talking about this stuff. Let's take a look-see here. Should be in our items. There it is. Mysterious component. This appears to be what Team Go Rocket uses to hack Pokestops. Does it have another use? Well, of course, based on the social media posts and stuff, we know it does. So we're going to see if we can collect more of those, and I believe it's going to take 6 to compile a Rocket Raider. Right here. Hey, that grunt dropped something. What does this do? This looks like a piece of something right out of Willow's lab. I bet this will help with that prototype he's developing. Let's see if we can find more. So right there, yes. 1 of 6. It looks like it's part of some larger device. We're going to collect that. Do we see anything where it tells us how we're doing with that? I don't think so. But we're going to continue on. There's still more Go Rocket grunts to be taken down in the area. So let's continue and complete this research as soon as we can. I've just completed the special research. I got the 3 grunts taken care of. I got the shadow Pokemon caught, and I spun those 10 Pokestops. Let's get ourselves a total of 1,500 experience points, in addition to a good old 500 Stardust. Not bad. I'll take 10 Pokeballs, and what else was there? 10 Raspberries. I'll take all that good stuff. What do you say, Willow? Thank you for your continued support against those pesky Team Go Rocket grunts. They are pesky, aren't they? As they flee, some grunts are leaving behind mysterious components. I am at 3 right now, actually, from those 3 grunt battles. I believe those are what Team Go Rocket is using to hack and steal resources from Pokestops. Clever little devices, aren't they? I mean, you kind of got to give them credit for it. There's information we can glean from those components that will help us in our fight against this dangerous organization. Once you have enough pieces, you should be able to assemble something similar to the device I've modified in my lab. It might be best to prepare yourself for whatever might come, Chaz. How do you want us to prepare? Spin Pokestop 5 days in a row, so that's going to take a while. We got to purify 15 shadow Pokemon. I got plenty to spare, so I can do that. And win 5 raids. I'm glad I chose this research to claim right now, before taking on this Clink raid. I do have a few Pokemon I'm waiting to evolve up. And of course, as you know, I like to do a raid battle to earn them the right for evolution. So let's take this Clink down and see, do we happen to get a shiny by any chance? Let's find out. Alright, the raid is complete. It was kind of a close one. It did take 3 of my Evolve Ready Pokemon to take down, but it's still a win. We're going to see if we get ourselves a shiny Clink out of this. I haven't gotten one yet. It'd be cool to get one, but most importantly, that is one of our 5 raids towards thwarting the threat of Team Go Rocket. Alright, let's get this grass to show up. We're going to back up a little bit, get a little bit of space here, wait a moment, just in case it needs to lock in. And yeah, so the next few days, I'll be doing what I can to try and take on, it's just a regular, but we do need candy. I'm going to do what I can to take on some more Team Go Rocket grunts to see, can I get more of those components? And will this Rocket Radar that we assemble be usable before we get to that step of the research? Because I'm assuming part of this research is going to require using the Rocket Radar to hunt down some of these evil Team Go Rocket team leaders. But who's to say? I don't know yet. I'm not going to look into it. I know people get all the information and throw it all over the internets, but I don't want to know ahead of time. I want to experience it as it happens. Alright, so that is our 8th of 10 Pokemon caught for a simple field research. This is an okay Clink, but that was a bunch more candy for us. I'm going to wait until I get back to somewhere more secure and less rainy before we take a look at the evolutions, but let's just see what we can get out of here. Anything amazing, worthwhile? Item bag is full, apparently not. I'm pretty sure Willow's just going to say the same stuff here. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, same stuff. Alright, but yeah, so we're at 3 of our mysterious components for the time being. I'll check back in as a bit as we get back to more, less weather hazardous locations. Now that we're back home where it is warmer, drier, and a lot less hazardous on the hardware, let's get into checking our Pokemon. We've got a number of, excuse me, injured Pokemon. I have revived them. Team Go Rocket did do a little bit of a number on some of my guys. I'll be healing them up before heading off to bed for the night, but first of all, what we want to do is focus on who was in that battle, that raid battle. We got Gearloose, our Clink, who I do got to use some rare candies on to keep us at 100 base candies there. Let's get up to 25. I've been waiting to use some of these rare candies, actually. So, he's earned himself evolution into our first Clang in the video game. I was going to say video game. In the game. You know it's a video game. We don't need to specify that. You see video right here. Anyway, we got ourselves a Clang. We almost have enough rare candy to get enough for evolution into Kling Clang, but we're going to wait on that a little bit. We could get some more candies by peanut berrying some raid Clink. We could also hatch some as well. Excuse me, just to recap, here's the stats we're looking at for Gearloose. Max attack, defense is pretty good, HP is also pretty good. He's a 3-star. You gotta love it. There we go. He's got Charge Beam and Zap Cannon at this point. We also had a Goa'uld, our Yamask from back in the Halloween event. Just to recap what these stats are looking like. Not bad at all. I think this one was from one of the researches that we did. So we do have the candy indeed, and he has been powered up to requiring 5,000 Stardust. That's an evolution right there. Another new addition to our Pokedex. I'll be checking this in just a moment. So we got ourselves a nice referential nickname to, I'm not going to say, does anyone out there know why this particular Pokemon would be nicknamed Goa'uld? If you know, drop it in the comments down below. It's a subtle, somewhat subtle kind of reference. Anyway, Zen Headbutt and Shadow Ball. I don't know what else they can have. I think I might want to replace Zen Headbutt eventually. I got plenty of fast TMs to do it, but I'll hold off on that for the time being. So she is all evolved up. We also had Crack Shell, one of our 2 perfect execute. I got you way back in 2017. Wow. I've had you for a long time, buddy, and whenever I get a perfect Pokemon, I want to wait and get another one of the same species so I can have one of each form. We have another perfect Execute named Poach, and I forget exactly when we got her. I think she's a female, but we did get her sometime after Crack Shell, which means he was first come, first served. We're going to evolve him, thanks to that victory, up into a perfect Exeggutor, my first one in the video game. I intended to say video this time, just to sort of be consistent with what I've been talking about. Alright, we got ourselves a perfect Exeggutor. Not that, you know, I guess Exeggutor is all that amazing to highlight, but it's perfect. You gotta love it. Alright, so let's pop into the Pokedex, and who do we gotta look at? Clink, first of all. Or, sorry, Clang. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll look at Clang first. Cofagrigus comes earlier, but whatever. We have Clang, the Gear Pokemon. A mini gear and a big gear comprise its body. If the mini gear it launches at a foe doesn't return, it will die. Alright, now we have Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus, the Coffin Pokemon. Grave robbers who mistake them for real coffins and get too close end up trapped inside their bodies. Less harsh than the gears for Clang here. That's a pretty harsh Pokedex. Wow. I did not know that. Anyway, we don't need to read Exeggutor. We know all about Exeggutor. Alright, so for the time being, we're sitting at just those 3 mysterious components. I wonder what's going to happen. So since we do have time, where's my research? Since we do have time to, you know, sort of relax a little bit, spin Pokestop 5 days in a row, it's going to be until Monday before I can complete this step. I can sort of take it easy a little bit. I can purify 15 Shadow Pokemon. Normally what I do every night, I'll purify 1 just to keep working towards that medal. Because of course if you get the higher medal, the higher badge, you get better Premier Balls for rescues. So I'm working to that slowly, but I think to sort of do this in sync with the 5 days in a row Pokestop, I'll probably purify 3 per night. I'll show you, I don't have any shortage of Shadow Pokemon to purify. Since it does take Stardust to do this, I've been waiting and hanging on to the Shadows, purifying 1 per night. If I get multiples of a species, I'll transfer them away. I do gotta show you this though. Look at this Bulbasaur, 65 CP. It's a Shadow Pokemon. I love it. I've shown this on my Twitter and Instagram, my social media there. A 1-point defense Bulbasaur. You gotta love it. Why would they make that into a Shadow? Anyways, I'll be purifying 3 per day just to sort of get things in sync there. I'm going to try to get those raids done as well, but again, I got time. But what I want to do for the next little bit is, as Willow did say, spend some time powering up. I might get some more Stardust to power up and evolve some more species. But I want to also try to get 3 more mysterious components over the next day or 2, just to see exactly what happens when you assemble 6 of them. Because as it showed, we do have a total of 6 to assemble for... Hey, there's a Rocket Grunt up there. Despite what it says on the screen, it is still raining out there. So since I can sort of relax, I'm not going to rush that. Plus, I probably shouldn't head back out into the cold. I got my soup ready to go here for the night, so I can sort of try to heal up. But I'll try to get this these next 6, or the next 3, 6 total Rocket Grunt battles complete, get those mysterious components, and just see what exactly happens when we assemble all of them together. So stay tuned for that in just a moment. Alright, we're into the next day, and this cold is K-ing me for the entire day. I've been basically confined to the bed, laying down, working on mountains of cough drops, buckets of soup. But in the midst of all that, I've been doing a little stuff in the neighborhood, doing a couple little raids as I see them, and also punting a couple of grunts to the curb as I saw them in my neighborhood. So I'm currently... excuse me, sitting at 5 mysterious components I've collected. I did take on a grunt that had a Shadow Porygon family, and I don't know if it's going to be consistent or not, but I think every one of those Porygon, they use Hidden Power as their fast move, and it seemed to be fighting type, because my Tyranitar were getting destroyed, but Mewtwo was able to resist it slightly. So, like I said, I'm not sure if it's consistent with every Porygon that you'll find, but if it is fighting type Hidden Power, make note of that. See if you can bring some fighting resistances if you take on a Porygon family with a Team Go Rocket Grunt at the helm. But all that being said, although I was basically going to leave myself confined to bed rest for the day, I've run out of soup, I've run out of cough drops, I gotta restock some supplies, and I figured let's just, I don't know, see if I can take one more Team Go Rocket grunt down. I think there are some in the area. See if I can get that last component and just see exactly what happens when we get 6 of those. So bear with me as I first do a little bit of shopping, and then see what is going on here as far as Team Go Rocket's mysterious components are concerned. I didn't mention it yet either, but you might be able to see from the scenery, maybe not in this area, but our rainstorm from yesterday turned into our first snowfall of the season as well. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more of the white stuff as the weeks and months continue here in the videos. But for right now, we're here at another Team Go Rocket grunt. Let's see what types you're working with. Let's see if we can get our 6th mysterious component. Normal does not mean weak. Sometimes it does, actually. All right, so let's go ahead and choose some normal resistant Pokemon. I like to go with, we got Tyrannus, Technodrome, Melmetal, all resisting normal type moves. I notice a lot of times these grunts will use things like Zubat, which have quick attack and bite. Oh, hey, it's my friend Porygon. Is it going to have hidden power fighting? Look, that's basically fighting. Why did I switch in here? Well, at least this is neutral. Yeah, so they seem to be fighting type hidden power, unless I'm, misreading the damage output, but it seems to be kind of scary. Let's go for an Earthquake, see if we can take this down. There we go. A nice Earthquake charged up, takes down the Porygon. Now, do we see something other than, oh, come on, show me the Rattata. I missed the Rattata for the normal type challenge. One more Earthquake, one more Earthquake. Yes, just in time. All right. Can we take out Porygon 2 with the Earthquake? So we can have 2 basically full-powered Pokemon to take on the... No, not quite. All right. We got Porygon Z coming in a moment. Hopefully we can do good here. If not, I'll take this on with a fighting resistant team and get our last component. But at least we get to see the Porygon family on the battlefield. Oh wait, okay, I was saying, wait, that's just a Porygon 2? Of course, this thrower didn't come in yet. Snorlax. That might be takedownable with who we have, actually. It's got Zen Headbutt, which is nicely resisted by not only Melmetal here, but double resisted by Tyrannus, our Tyranitar we pulled out of battle early on there. Alright, as long as it doesn't have the Lick attack, though. I mean, of course, Tyrannus still resists Lick, but it would be doing at least neutral damage to old Melmetal here. The old swipey swipe, I said it before, I'm going to say it again because there's not much to say right here. I love how they changed it from just rapidly mash the screen to use your charge move into a swiping minigame. Adds a little bit more life and excitement to what could otherwise have been pretty bland, or I shouldn't say what could have been, what actually was kind of a pretty bland battling system. Just tap, tap, tap. Alright, it hasn't even used a charge move yet. Can we get, yes, we can get one more Rock Slide. Can Melmetal take this on by itself, I wonder? It's going down there. I love how all the Shadow Pokemon have red eyes, but since Snorlax's eyes are just kind of like half open, you just see like the red glow from within the eyelids. But all that rambling being done, passing the time, I do believe we have taken down the Go Rocket Grunt. Should give us our 6th mysterious component here. We'll get to see what happens once we get all of those assembled. Alright, just brace my arm here against the wall. You did blow it indeed, Grunt. Let's see what happens. Got our 500 Stardust. Very nice. There's our component. Very nice indeed as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and capture. I'm assuming the Porygon. I don't think we're going to get a Porygon 2 out of this. You never know, though. Wonder if they'll ever give us Stone Evolved Pokemon, like Unova Stone Pokemon, Sinnoh Stone Pokemon, as Shadow reward, so it actually saves us the use of the stone. Alright, we are using up some of our Pinette Berries. We have over 100, and just want to try to burn through them, empty up some space in the old item collection. I think we'll be close enough here. Not quite. Let's step a little bit closer for the expert handler. Oh, come on. Yeah, my throwing's a little bit off, like I say. I'm not feeling the best. But when Team Go Rocket invades the game, you gotta do what you can to stop them. You ever notice superheroes never get really sick unless it's a plot point? That's the thing, people get sick all the time, but you only ever see it happen in like a TV show, cartoon, comic book, when it's important to the plot. They don't ever just have like a random sickness. Anyways, that's a whole other topic. We have a pretty bland Porygon. But let's see what happens here. That is our 6th component. So let's combine. It says Found a mysterious component. Looks like they can fit together. Combine. I've assembled a mysterious device, but what does it do? Let's equip this. Now, how does this work? Is it a permanent? Is it temporary? I wonder. First, let's spin for some items. Alright, so we have our rocket radar. It's blinking. Where do we see? Whoa! I knew the professor was right when he said these things should be used for something aside from hacking Pokestops. Look, as I spin, this spins too. That's really cool. Is that a radar? Awesome! There's no way they can hide from us with this. Let's try it out and track down some hideouts. Alright, what do we do? Oh, there's one right up this way. You know what though? I was right. Can I click on it? I can't touch it. Hang on. I know where we're going. So indeed, just as I suspected, the backside of this whatchamacallit bar is hiding the Team Go Rocket headquarters. Actually, I should say a number of places are, but this is definitely one that I want to tackle. Now, it's cool. They don't show up as a, the usual Team Go Rocket Pokestop, the black jittery cube on top. But as you walk within range, you do see it become a Team Go Rocket stop with one of the evil admins holding the fort. Back here, the Butterfly and Daisy's mirror, it looks like we have Arlo to look forward to. What a fool you are to even think of battling me. Usually I wouldn't consider debasing myself by battling a commoner, but I'll make an exception to humiliate you. Will you now? Prepare yourself for a world of hurt, eh? Now, I did want to say, I was on my way up here, I did take on another Team Go Rocket grunt, because I noticed in my inventory, the mysterious components are gone, but they are replaced with a 1-unit radar, and you can see I need it here to battle this guy. I tried taking on a grunt to see can I stack additional components while having the radar, and I cannot. I didn't get a component from that grunt I battled with the radar active. So when I do this battle, I wonder, does that, yeah, use your rocket radar. You can continue using your rocket radar until you win the battle. So once I use it, I must have to assemble 6 more components for an additional radar. That's what I kind of like. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be a permanent addition to my inventory. I want to work to earn these leader battles. Alright, let's do it. I don't know who he's going to use. He doesn't give you any sort of indication. Let's go with some currently high HP Pokemon. This might take a few attempts to see exactly what Arlo has to attack us with. Oh, look at this. There's like a dome around here. Oh, Scyther. This could be bad. Hang on, hang on. Swapping out. Get in there, T1000. We've got the Thunder Shock. We've got the Rock Slide. Okay, so it's a 14,000. What the heck? If this is Night Slash, this could hurt. I'm going to shield this up. The music is different. It's got X scissor. Okay, we can resist that. Something I like to do with T1000 here and my other Melmetal is double charge the Rock Slide. You don't get to see it, but you can hold a second charge attack for some moves. It'd be nice if they would show that in battle so you know you have it backed up. Oh, he used the shield. Oh yeah? That's why I double charged, buddy. You're gonna block this one too, aren't you? Hey, I don't mind burning both your shields out. Alright, shields are gone. I suppose I didn't even consider that they would use their shields. X scissor, how much will this hurt? I'm gonna let it hit me. It's only 45 power. We do resist it. It is stab, however. Ow. Get this Rock Slide quick. There we go. Alright, so we still have a shield left. We're about to lose Melmetal, apparently. This is cool. What? You lived it. Oh boy. Yeah, these battles are going to be something. I don't know if I can do these. You resist, or you're weak to the Fury, or whatever they attack. I don't care. Get out of here. There's one down. Now, they did say Scyther is exclusive to one of the Team Go Rocket leaders, so apparently it is going to be this guy's. Ow, your bite hurts too much. Come on, crunch, 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 crunch. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Are you serious? I was tapping that. Alright, so we're going to walk away from this. I don't need to get my Groudon knocked out pointlessly. He led with Scyther. Who could we use to try to take this thing down? Scyther and then Crobat. Well, let's see. So again, we can use our radar as long as we want to take this guy on. Maybe Pakakamak. We got Smackdown and Rock Slide on him. It's going to shield the rocks, though. Okay, Crobat. We could maybe... It was using Bite. Actually, I'm going to leave Gleason, because he wouldn't be too bad. He does have Ancient Power, which could get the stat boost. That could help us. And something else. Let's go
Rocksteady, you have Earthquake, I think. I'm going to bring you anyway. You have Smackdown. Alright, let's give this another try. If this doesn't happen this time, I'm going to probably wait and come back once I defeat him, because I don't want to waste too much time here in the video. But I'm going to show you what I can. So we got the Air Slash. We double resist the Fury Cutter too, by the way. Although it doesn't seem to be helping us that much. Now that we know X-Scissor is a brutal attack, I'm going to shield it. Because if he's going to be using his shield, I might as well use mine. Come on, get that Ancient Power. I'm going to use it immediately, because if I do happen to get that stat boost, that's going to help us in the long run. No need to build up the double charge on this, if one charge will help us out. Come on. You never get it when you need it. Of course you wouldn't. Alright, here goes our last shield. You gotta do what you gotta do, though. But that bite from Crobat, that's going to take down Pakakamak really bad. Oh well, we'll keep trying what we can do. I got plenty of revives and potions if necessary. But I think if we can get a stat boost, this could work out. Yes, there we go. Alright. Now, I don't know if it's going to help too much when this thing's X-Scissor comes in at us. We got no shields left, unfortunately. I mean, it might just come down to repetition, continuing to fight this guy until we get the stat boost early enough. Come on, can we take this out first? Ancient Power, we can drop it indeed. Can I get another stat boost? I wouldn't say no. Come on, Gleason. Our lucky Togekiss on the field. No other stat boost. Oh well, we do resist Bite at least though. Is it going to help? Not hardly at all. Okay. I'm too sick for this, Arlo. Come on. Go easy on me. Okay. Oh, you're out of shields at least. Watch the bites. Yeah, this is not going to work. Alright, well, I'm going to come back once I do defeat this guy, if I do. If not, I'll come back with my tail between my legs as I run cowering back to the lab. As you can see, I'm now back home. I decided it's about time to head back and do a final recap of the video. Let's start off with some good news, however. So on the way back to catch my bus, I saw, hey, there was a Cobalion raid happening. And I thought, alright, let's just pop in there. There was enough people taking it on. I was really risking my bus, but I thought at least I can possibly beat it, get some items. Probably not going to get the capture, especially since, thanks to the snow, it was kind of like, droplets on my screen. It was messing up with the touch sensitivity of the smartphone here, so it wasn't exactly reading the throws. I missed about 3 or 4 due to the ball just kind of flying off, whatever. However, I'm happy to say I did get Cobalion. The first one I did, the first raid, I managed to make the capture, was added to the Pokédex, so my, I guess, not really stress level, but the urgency, if you want to call it that, to get Cobalion added to the Pokédex is now complete. So let's take a look at it in the Pokédex and read up on it. Here we have Cobalion, the Iron-Willed Pokemon. It has a body and heart of steel. It worked with its allies to punish people when they hurt Pokemon. Good stuff. So that's one of the 3, what are they called? I think people call them the 3 Musketeers. Isn't that copyrighted? I don't know. Anyway, Cobalion is here. Virizion and Terrakion will be coming in the next little while, I'm sure, to add to our Pokédex. Hopefully so. Alright, so let's talk about these Team Go Rocket Leader battles. I'm going to come out and say they're garbage. Because, like, the Team Go Rocket Grunts, they can be a little bit difficult to deal with, depending on what Pokemon they have. They don't use their shields, which makes them, easier for the player to take on. Now, the Team Go Rocket Leaders do use their shields. That's not exactly the problem I'm having with this, though. It's that if you look at the Pokemon, like when I was battling Arlo, I did take him on a couple more times after I stopped recording. I couldn't get past the Crobat, so I don't even know what his third Pokemon was going to be. And if your challenge is that high, that's not a good thing. It's like, how do I say this here? I could beat them with certain Pokemon, for example. Like, say, if we had, what would you say, like a Tyranitar, maxed out stats, not maxed out stats, maxed out level, let's say, if it had the moves of Smackdown, and I shouldn't say Tyranitar because of that Fury Cutter. Anyway, a strong Rock-type Pokemon with things like Smackdown and, say, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, something like that. You probably could beat the Scyther easily, maybe tear through the Crobat and whatever the third Pokemon is. The problem with that mindset, though, is you need a specific Pokemon with specific attacks to even be able to stand a chance against these kind of characters. That's not the way I like to play games. I like to have freedom to be creative, choose who I want, and have fun that way. So all that being said, I really am not that interested in taking on Team Go Rocket leaders at this point. If you need specific things to be able to battle them effectively, I'm not interested. I want to use the guys I want to use. If I can't, I'm going to walk away. It's a waste. It's a waste of time, a waste of effort, a waste of resources. I'm not going to stand there, burn through 20 max revives, constantly healing my team, on the chance that who I have might be able to beat them. So I'm going to wash my hands of this whole thing. I'm going to walk away from these Team Go Rocket leader battles. A game is supposed to be fun for the player, and if it's not fun, that's a failure of the game. So all that being said, that is my opinion. Let me know your opinion down in the comments below. What do you think of the Team Go Rocket leader battles? Do you think, like I do, that Niantic needs to nerf these Team Go Rocket leader battles? Because as things stand, I'm not interested. However, I will say it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because I still have the Rocket Radar, and in the area you'll see Spark here says, "Whoa, not a signal in sight. I wonder what they're scared of." Me, obviously. Yeah. Just when I was energized to do some battling. Maybe we should check out other locations. Now, what I'm curious about is, though, how long does this Rocket Radar last for? Because it seems like it might be a permanent addition. You know, it doesn't seem to have like a time limit on it. It said I could use the Rocket Radar as much as I wanted to battle Arlo, but I don't know if I went to another headquarters, if I could take on another Team Go Rocket leader using the same radar. That I didn't test out, because, again, dealing with Arlo made me just basically want to walk away from the game for quite a while. So we'll see what happens in the next little while. I still have to work towards our special research of Looming in the Shadows. Another 3 days of spinning Pokestops. I got to purify another 12 Shadow Pokemon. I got to win one more raid. And yeah, so Monday is when I'll be getting the next step completed, or getting this step completed, getting into the next step. So stay tuned for that in the next few days. We'll see what the next part is. I am dreading the thought that we may have a task later on to defeat a Team Go Rocket leader. I'm actually kind of hoping we get that, so that I have to like force myself into it. The thing is, it's like none of my Pokemon are super maxed out. Let's take a look at Chunk here. He still has room for leveling. Well, let's skip over here. No, who do I have? This 8,000. I think Pokémon. Let's see him. He did get dropped in the battle. Oh, so he needs 7,000 stars to power up. So he's almost maxed out in his level. I could start investing Stardust and Candy to, you know, max out some of these guys, but again, it's like, if I have to use a specific Pokemon, that's not a fun way for me to do it. Also, if I invest all these resources, Stardust and Candies, into one particular Pokemon, if he has a bad type matchup against the Go Rocket leader, it's like, then I wasted all that stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see how things go. We'll see if my initial impression of this new update continues, or if somehow it starts to, you know, smooth out a little bit. But, all that being said, I want to hear what you folks think out there about the Team Go Rocket leader update. I like the idea of the radar, though. It's really cool that, you know, Pokestops that look normal are actually secret headquarters for these evil, sinister team leaders. So, it's a cool idea. The execution could just use a little bit more polish. But that is my opinion. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Have you actually taken on a Team Go Rocket leader and defeated them? Have you gotten their shadow Pokemon from them? If you have, I want to hear that. I want to hear victory stories over fighting these guys. Or girls, you know, Sierra's a female. But, yeah, give me some uplifting stories. Even not just forget about them. Uplifting stories from Pokemon Go, or just life in general. Throw in some good stuff. What's happening in your lives lately? Cheer me up, everybody. Yay. I suppose I should be happy that I got Cobalion. I was a little upset when I first caught it. I checked the stats, and the stats were pretty mediocre as far as a raid boss goes. But I realized, yeah, the game isn't even recording the weather properly. Look at this footage. Look how snowy it is out there as I'm catching Pokemon. It is, we got a blizzard coming in basically. Our first big snowfall of the season. The game thinks it's cloudy. Well, I mean, technically it is, but you're missing the snow there, game. Anyway, that rambling aside, feel free to check me out on other social media. I've got links from my social media, Twitter and Instagram, down in the description below, so feel free to follow me on there if you are on those platforms. Otherwise, stay tuned to the channel in the next few days as I continue looming in the shadows, taking on Team Go Rocket and their grunts and probably their leaders. As I say, I suspect we're going to have to beat one at one point. But stay tuned to my other social media, because if anything new happens with the Rocket Radar, I want to talk about that and let you know what to look forward to here. What I'm thinking, what if it's like every day the headquarters is changed. You know, what if suddenly these stops across the street, what if they become a headquarters? I don't know. So I think the people probably have finished the radar as of yesterday, so there's probably information out there as to how this happens, how things switch over. I might look into that just to learn a little bit more, or just wait and see what happens. But all that being said, excuse me, I was holding off that cough for quite a while. That is time. That is a, what would you call it, a sign that it's time to go sign off, rest my throat, rest my body, heal from the cold, and hopefully recover for the next video. But I want to say, folks, thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, feel free to drop the old like down below for me there. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, feel free to do that and get some more Pokemon Go updates. I know the rest of the videos, as far as TCG, you know, main series playthroughs, it's gone by the wayside. And again, I'll say it's because so much of my time is dedicated to 3D animation course that I'm taking. But maybe sometime I'll be able to get back on the back in the swing of things. I do need to get a new headset though, because that's kind of what's preventing me from doing a lot of at-computer recording. My microphone's busted. I am a struggling college student. I can't afford to replace the headset. Maybe for Christmas I'll get something. But until that time, hopefully the Pokemon Go videos are tiding you over. But all that now being said, it's time for me to go. Professor Chaz is signing off. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. And I might fight you next time if you're a Team Go Rocket leader. I don't know, we'll see.